Okay, we got going on this framing out the galley cabinetry. Needless to say, it went absolutely brutal. We would make this edge square right here, and then this edge went out, and then we'd make this edge square, and then this one went out, and screws started popping out everywhere because my Craig jig started slipping.
It's so hard.
Very hard, very challenging. So we called it quits, and I called my cousin Ben, and we're now at his shop, and he's gonna be our guiding sensei today. Ben, thank you. Let's get this thing out of here and actually do some proper work today. So the Craig jig didn't work, eh? Well, it started slipping. Yeah. We'll strip off here. Yeah. Could we almost go right to the top kind of thing?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We could axe this guy out of here and do basically just be the last and that where our next one is. Or we could like
Over the last 4 years, I've been making adventure films out of my Sprinter van. Now, together with my wife Janelle, we are finally giving our van the build-out it deserves.
the process of trying to communicate my silly ideas that are in here to someone who actually knows how to build this stuff, and then figure out how all the hardware is going to measure in, so that way we know what we're actually building before we build it. Because then under Ben's guidance, the building part of it should just be a lot more straightforward. My brain is just so relaxed. The ongoing tension of having to make decisions that I don't know the consequences of the decision, and just stumbling through, like it's a little tension in the back. In most instances, that's like a fun discovery phase if it's just like a project you're doing just for fun. But because we have to hit the road in 7 days, and we're moving out of our apartment and we don't have any cabinets in here, it's just like it's edging into the uncomfortable stress category.
We don't have time to do it wrong and do it right later. We need to do it right the first time.
Would it be straight across so that way it's... This is beautiful.
Yeah, wow, our counter just doubled in size.
Okay, so the main frame of the galley fits over there. Ben's been making some sweet progress on that, so I think we're just gonna let Ben keep going, because with me there, I think I'm honestly slowing him down a little bit. So I'm gonna get started on our fridge section. Basically, we need a frame to come up here, and we're gonna put a drawer kind of right in here. So I'm just thinking through the dimensions of what I want that drawer to be, with room for a 7-inch tall drawer inside, because that would fit perfectly one of the core units for my Shimoda bag.
Oh, this is your
Get out of here.
film cabinet.
The whole van is a film cabinet.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting.
Wow, that is exciting.
So this is roughed in. We've got enough room behind our bench seat in the driving position. We're gonna put pause on that and move on to kind of our airplane overhead bin style stuff that's going right here. Janelle crushed another beautiful template. So basically this is really close to what the frame of the, like, there'll basically be two sides and then a centerpiece. There'll be kind of two bins that open up. We basically just have to hang faces on the doors. Maybe we don't even hang all the faces before we go on our trip, but while Janelle can be doing the like finishing touches on this, like painting it up and making it look all pretty, I can then move on to some of the aluminum stuff I gotta finish up on the roof for us to leave in time.
Woohoo!
And maybe even that back drawer. That's the one thing I don't know if I'll get done, is the back drawer. Well, that amongst other things. But Ben has done a fantastic job putting this whole thing together. We've got the 4 drawers, and now on to building the drawers themselves. Just making very basic shop style drawers, so like they're not much more complicated than something like this. We're just gonna make sure that the face, it actually has a face, because these are basically just drawer bodies without a face. So we're doing a very just basic 4 sides of plywood all together. This sneaky little thing.
Kind of a last minute addition.
Yeah, I was just like falling asleep one night, like 2 nights ago, and I was just like, we've got those 20-inch drawer slides that I was gonna put the toilet on. Wonder what we could use those for. And then I was just thinking about it, and then suddenly I was like, oh, instead of doing a flip-up table here, we could do a slide-out table.
Countertop.
I can just feel relief settling in for just a moment. These 2 days, we're gonna spend 2 days here, and just gonna crank all day.
This one here, I just did it this high, so I don't have to. Because these ones, these drawer fronts, I don't have to go through twice.
Yeah. These cut it with a jigsaw or something.
You could literally just do something like that.
Yeah. Let's get the
when we were. Hey, buddy.
Okay, wow.
That's pretty snug.
Oh, yeah. We're here, another day at my cousin's shop.
Yeah, here we go.
Today, we've got to make some moves, as they say.
We made some big moves yesterday.
We did make some big moves. We're almost on to 1 hand of days left, and we got to frame all this stuff out so that way we can paint it, prep it, and install it in its final place so we can leave for Alaska. Look at this.
This is our, basically our kitchen. We got a latch.
If you can picture all the faces, so that's just a temporary face to see the fit of the latch, but all the faces are gonna have that latch in it. And that is so smooth. So we bought this beauty stove on Amazon.
Well, it works super well, heats up really fast, and it's pretty. And pretty compact, so we actually built the drawer so that it would. That's beautiful. So satisfying. Okay, I really want to plug this stove here because I'm just thrilled by the quality. The main thing I love about it is the stove is connected via a flexible hose to just your standard little green bottle of propane. But you can also run this guy just off a standard bottle of butane if you want to keep it nice, slick, clean, and small. Ooh. Just absolutely. Oh, we're doing it in the drawer. It just fires right up and it creates, I can't remember the BTUs that this creates. Okay, can we not do this in the drawer? Anyhow, Janelle, what's your favorite part? Of the stove? Yeah. I like the color. I mean, it's really functional. A pre-stove that doesn't work is a bad stove, but I was just really impressed because Levi said he ordered a stove, and when it finally came in the mail, I opened it up and I was like, oh my gosh, you ordered a pre-stove. Like, how did you do that? The first thing that I'm doing today is gonna be gluing the rest of this overhead style bin together. I am captive to my passions. I don't want to lie, the losses and I am rolling down this river, but I'm shivering as the banks fly by. And I'm wondering if I'm young enough to try. Praying for some providence and calling for some confidence. Am I old enough to stand where my father stood and roll the dice on what I love? So to hang the faces on these guys, just doing little tack nails in the back first, setting screws afterwards. That way you can fine tune the gaps in between all of them, and it's a pretty neat way of doing it. Good tips, Ben.
Just a quick way of doing it.
Yeah. Oh,
See that click?
dude, I'm so hyped. Dude.
It's so cozy in here.
Yeah,
I love how you just go, and then there's your house.
Yeah.
Your backyard's different every single day.
Everything's packed already. You don't have to load it up every weekend.
Yeah, it's not, you don't have to dry your stupid tent out when it rains.
Yeah.
So did you take what they did over there and then just mimic it for this for that side?
This is what came with it, and I just mimicked it for this spot.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Dry fit looks great. We're now going to cut this butcher block countertop to size. Okay, you haven't gotten much camera time in the past couple days because you've been filming everything.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Because we're gonna live in here. I'm gonna stand here and cook things. I'm gonna sit over here, read my book, crawl over here, go to sleep, get something from the fridge. I'm not very good at like visualizing spaces before I like see and feel them. So this is like the first time that I'm like, wow, this is gonna be our van. Even though we've like planned it for months.
Thinking about painting this all white and then having this slightly darker color up top. Here's the countertop cut to size. We're now gonna notch out a little section down the side, and then next up comes cutting the hole for the sink.
Woo! Oh my gosh, I love it.
Janelle loves it. That's good.
I'm like freaking out a little inside with how it's all come together.
Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of trippy leaving on the van trip and then just like doing nothing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really uncomfortable actually.
We're gonna have to pick up some hobbies. You should do this cut. So then in theory, wow.
Oh my goodness.
We have such a big sink. That makes me so happy.
Is that actually looks huge? I love it.
We saved $50 by not going matte black, so I was okay with that. And I personally end up liking better now. So.
But in that box, to actually like, to work them. So this is the front door. So I took all the cedar, milled it up myself, and then what do you want me to do here? Oh, you got a piece of tape there. Oh, look at this. There's a cutting board, so you can cut stuff on that. That's pretty cool. 100 pounds. Put a baby on it. Yeah.
Does this make you want to build a van?
It makes me want to do a lot of things. a van. This is, dude, this is sick, man. Like actually just like getting in here and looking around, and yeah, it's cool. Makes you just want to take off and just sell everything and just do it. It's cool, man.
Yeah, surf trips are going to be a little bit more luxurious out of this rig.
Oh yeah.
Hot water out the back, cold wetsuits on in the morning. It's like, I will say on the faces of this guy and just the way this whole galley cabinetry looks, it set a new standard for what I want everything else to now look like. Like this whole galley rig just looks like so, it looks so pro. So now we've got to have everything match this and we'll be, we'll be set to go. Ben?
Yeah.
Thanks for putting up with our shenanigans, making YouTube videos while you're trying to work and just...
I wasn't working. I was straight chilling, man.